I'm so happy to be joined. We're all being joined today by one of our most favorite people in the city, Tim Moss. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Of Artists Exposed. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. It's so good to be here. Jonathan, Cara, JC, this is wonderful. I love your show.
What are you going to expose?
Honey, I've exposed
Somebody had
it all.
to say it. Come on.
Well, let's start there because Tim has a lot of things going on, but so that people don't get the wrong impression about Artists Exposed. Tell us about your radio show.
Well, actually, it's an internet radio show called Artists Exposed with Tim Moss, where I talk to a lot of the top and rising stars in the LGBT.
No bottoms are allowed.
Well, there's a couple in there, trust me.
You can't have tops without bottoms, bitch.
But of some of the top and bottom rising stars of the LGBT community, singers, actors, performers, and...
Which you now are joining those ranks because we're here celebrating a new show that you've put together that's going to have a really limited run, so everyone's got to get out and grab a ticket.
I love the name of it. You have to tell everybody.
Well, the name of the show is Girl, a Lopsided Tree Won't Ruin Christmas.
Yeah, it could, yeah.
And I'll repeat it again, but you just go to lopsidedchristmas.com. And I'll repeat it in a little while.
What was the inspiration behind the show? What finally happened that you said, I got to do this show?
I'm telling you, am so blessed. It's just incredible. It just kind of fell in my lap.
That's a big tree.
Yeah, and lopsided.
But wait, you play like 8 characters,
Yes,
right?
I do. Yes, I do. I play a gay cowboy.
Wow. Is there any other?
That'll be a stretch.
Yippee-I-O-K-Y.
You are so gay. I love it.
Now, is it musical, comedy, cabaret? What can audiences expect?
Yes.
Because that's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic because it's kind of like, imagine if we did talking about the musical.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I know you would love to be talking about the musical.
I would love to.
But it's like, tell us about that approach. Like, did you decide, because everyone knows you as this interviewer, and now you're going to be...
Well, actually, I've always been an entertainer. I've been a singer, and I've just discovered that I'm a songwriter as well recently, which I've wrote the 3 songs that are going to be performed in the show. But
are you nervous?
No, actually, I am so excited.
Wait, when is the show? That's the most important thing.
Previews start November 9th.
That's soon.
And it runs through the holidays until December 29th, right before New Year's.
Oh, that's a great run. Yeah.
It is.
2 months.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
Are you gonna have any kind of like guest appearances, like people that are gonna be like, because so many people within the community and everyone knows
like
you.
any hot Cubans that wear red shirts?
Yeah, actually.
I'm not in the show, Cara.
Would you like to be?
Yes, I would. Thanks, Cara. That was really set up really well.
Always looking out for you.
No, seriously. Do you have any guest appearances of people that are going to be like appearing?
Actually, yes, I do. Yeah. I have a different musical guest every night, so the show's always different.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so cool. That's going to make people have to go like every
Multiple.
night.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never the same thing twice.
And one of them you are going to be seeing later tonight.
I know. We have a chock full show today. We got a lot going on the show today, which is really great. And Eric Alon is joining us. He'll be performing later on, so that's really fantastic. This whole process of doing this show, what did you learn about yourself that you didn't know before?
I've got a lot of personalities in here.
I know.
Some people take medication for that. Britney Spears.
I just go on stage and talk. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
No, I do. Again, the gay cowboy. I do Penelope. Whoever the musical guest is, she's their biggest fan. And she's 14 3/4 years old. I'll be 15 in 3 months.
Oh. Whoever the musical guest is, she's the biggest fan. Who else?
But she can be a little scary, yeah. I also do a high society lady who used to be a stripper. Yes, I said it. I used to be a stripper.
Oh, I didn't know this was autobiographical.
Yes. Pole dancer. Not even going to go there.
I was talking to one of my friends today, and she's like cleaning out her bedroom. She's like, "Oh, stripper can't have enough thongs," and then she's talking and G-strings, and I'm like, "Stormy,
I'm sure Romney's saying the same thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Cleaning out his thong closet.
Those debates. Oh, tell me
I
about
just don't
that.
like his face
Oh, come now.
and that smirk.
But the pundits are saying that, you know, Romney won, but the fact
What did he
checkers,
win?
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, what I'd love to today
The
is that
fact
they,
checkers have counted 27 lies in 38 minutes coming from him.
Right.
Right.
What?
Yes.
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 that's a
Oh.
whole lot of mess going on.
That's
Yeah.
a whole lot of lying.
Well, it's like today they made an announcement that actually the employment rate has actually
Gone up.
Yeah.
has gone
Gone down.
up.
The unemployment rate has gone down.
The unemployment rate
Jobs
has
have
gone
gone
down,
up.
and
Right.
jobs have gone up.
Right.
And then they're accusing the Obama administration of having actually doctored or tailored these numbers. And I'm like, really? That people have time to actually like do that?
Well,
Like,
weren't they accusing him of somehow, with the weather and the hurricane over the
Oh, I'm sure.
over the
I'm sure.
convention
Yeah.
that was Obama too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Boy, he's a
That's-
powerful man.
I know
He
that's
sure
that's
is.
why we
Don't mess with Bam.
that's why we need to keep him in office because he's got powers.
That's why his name is Bam Bam. Hey, don't fuck with the brother.
But we're sizing up for a really interesting election season. And I think that, you know, especially with this forum that we have here, it's very important that we encourage people to go out, get educated, and
Vote.
Yes.
and vote. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Especially within our community, because so many issues are being, you know, ballied around just within the LGBT community. That, interestingly enough, people don't realize it, but the moment that we start fighting for our certain rights and our equal rights, we're preventing other people from being discriminated against as well, which is,
Right.
I think, what people don't get. It's like, you know, we're not fighting just for ourselves. We're fighting to make sure no one takes away your rights either.
Well, and
Oh, go ahead.
just very briefly, another thing is that I've noticed is that we're not asking for anything special.
Absolutely.
We're just asking for the same thing. That's it. Everybody's always like, oh, you want so much, you want so much. No,
Not
just the same
really.
thing.
And you know what's so funny is what's his Romney keeps saying like, I just can't even say his name, but like his vision for America is based on freedom and da da da. You're a fucking hypocrite. How can you say that and yet you don't want to give me my fucking civil rights? Sorry about the language tonight, guys. But like, he looks like a boob
Yeah.
when he says stuff like
But
that.
there's a YouTube video out there that's Romney versus Romney. All the statements that he was saying 4 years ago or 6 years ago
I love it.
versus what he's saying now, and he's just directly contradicting himself.
Oh, he's a
It's
boob.
like, I'm for this, I'm against this, I love this, it was my idea, I hate it.
Well, we can't deny that politics isn't like it's a very delicate, you know, battleground to be walking on, and it's certainly something that you don't want to discuss on a first date
Yeah,
because you know it could end it right quickly.
But it's not just about the presidency. It's not just about Congress. It's not just about the Senate. The Supreme Court, which is a
Right.
lifetime appointment,
Yeah.
and in the next term, there's potentially 2 seats opening up.
Right, exactly.
And I think I was just reading this morning that Scalia is talking about possible upcoming cases involving reproductive rights, involving marriage equality, and some others, and he's referring to them as no-brainers. We didn't have these 200 years ago, so we shouldn't have them now.
Oh.
Right. So here we have a group of men deciding on what you can do with your body.
Y'all know what oh, hell no.
Somebody pass me a coat hanger.
You know, make sure it's wait, make sure it's rusty
And a dark
dirty.
and a dark alleyway.
That's
please.
right. That's right. Sons of bitches.
Well,
And that's the other thing too that cracks me up about the Republicans saying, "Oh, we're for less government." Really? Then why do you want to have control over my body? You know, like that's a little invasive, don't you think?
Well, they just want to shrink government down small enough to fit into your bedroom.
obviously.
But this really,
straight
it
up.
really is a very important time in our history.
Absolutely.
This
I
particular
agree, I
election,
agree.
it really is.
Absolutely.
Are we going to go forward or are we
Yeah.
going to go 50 years back?
Yeah,
Well-
and we just have to be present and vote on that day.
The only good, one of the good things about this is I think that in the past few years, especially when Obama got his first term, when he was elected the first time, I think people are more involved and
Yeah.
educating themselves more. And I think that scares some of the people that would rather we watch what's going on with the Kardashians.
Right.
Because I was down in Lower East Side Wednesday night, the night of the debates, was finishing my tat. And all these bars, like, you know, with big screen TVs, were tuned into the debates.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
people
Cool.
were like, I mean, that's...
With drag queen commentary.
I love it.
It was just so New York, but so wonderful to see so many people paying attention.
Yeah.
But that's also where we we're lucky. I mean, New York City is very different because I mean we have so many different people here. We're more. I don't want to use the word
feisty.
Well, I don't want to say we're more enlightened than the rest of the country, but we're fortunate here because we're exposed to so much that we can. There's a lot for us to digest and a lot for us to be aware of than say in smaller parts of the country.
Well, we like to fight about things.
That's
know.
true. That's true.
You look nice in that shirt, by the way.
Well, but thank you very much.
He's all lumpy in the right places.
She wants something.
I'm just saying you look nice.
Thanks, Cara. You look hot too.
Thanks.
But you know who looks even hotter? Tim Moss.
I really can't wait for your show. Do you wear fake eyelashes?
No, I don't have time. I have to change outfits very quickly.
You would look
Like
so
Paula
good.
Abdul.
But I did just finish a film called Lady Peacock, where I played a pretty beaten up drag queen that plays Liza Minnelli. She's the
Stop
DJ,
it.
and I had eyelashes like this.
There's a little bit of irony somewhere in there. It's like, I don't know how to address that one, but there's a little bit of irony in there. So you're just going like all mad entertainer on us. You're not going to give up your radio show.
Oh, no. I love that.
You triple threat you.
I'm actually a quadruple, I think.
Well, I didn't want to get into his porn history.
What theater is your show going to be at?
Actually, it's going to be at the Players Theater down on McDougal Street.
The players, not the players.
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 There's a difference.
Yes, and again, it'll be from November 9th until December 29th. Please come out. It's so much fun. We're
Now,
having such a ball with this
If
show.
people want to stalk you, where can they find more information?
Well, for the show, again, it's lopsidedchristmas.com.
What about if it's all about timmoss.com?
timmoss.com/artistexposed.
Tim with a Y.
Yes, don't forget that. Tim with
Absolutely.
Then you'll get some other Tim Moss, and
the Y. Yeah, it won't be nearly as fun.
It's all kinds of
we
crazy.
won't be responsible for what happens
All kinds of crazy. Absolutely.
up in here. Players Theater.
Well, this week, as we round up to the end of our segment, it's important to note that this week within our community, we tragically lost one of our most gifted performers, Sahara Davenport, who was a player on RuPaul's Drag Race. Tragically passed away at the age of 28.
27.
27. No reason has really been given as to why Sahara passed, or at least I wasn't privy to that. But to Manila, who's always been a long-term partner of Sahara and an amazing performer,
And a friend of the show.
and you know, and friends, definitely friends of the show, because Manila has been interviewed by us. Our hearts go out to them, and you know, it's a tragic loss whenever we lose somebody, but when it's just sort of like really fast and just sudden, it was very
Totally unexpected.
Yeah, totally unexpected. If you know, if it's going to be kind of peculiar now when the new season of Drag Race opens up, because Manila is one of the all-stars. But you know, if you have a minute, send her a note on Twitter. I know that she's been very appreciative of people sending their condolences, and to Sahara's family and so forth. We're very sorry, and Sahara will be missed.
Very much.
Thanks for bringing us down, JC.
Yeah.
I think that's important. To
Yeah,
No,
it
it
is
is.
very important.
And Sahara was just always full of life. She just
Always.
the sweetest thing, the kindest soul.
the biggest laugh.
Yeah, I interviewed
Yeah.
her many times on red
Biggest
carpets.
laugh. Yeah, it's really kind of peculiar, and you don't imagine that someone like that could just
Yeah,
blink
Stop.
away. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is why you should not take any day for granted.
Exactly.
Yes. And thank you again so much for being with us.
Oh, Jonathan, thank you, and Cara and
Tim
JC.
Moss.
It's so good to see
Absolutely.
you guys.
The websites one more time.
Websites, go to lopsidedchristmas.com. That's the main one for the show. It's going to be a blast. It's gonna
Get
be
your
so much
tickets
fun.
now.
Can you buy tickets now?
Tickets are on sale. I don't have the specific dates yet for each artist, like what artist is going to be appearing what night, but tickets
Well, it's
are
also a
on
great
sale.
surprise to have, like, you know, because then you'll have people like, you know, you don't want to
Oh,
give.
Ari Gold and
Yeah.
Kelly King.
Okay, I'm
and-
gonna
What
put
if
you. I'm
Liza
gonna put
comes?
you on the spot
I
right
would
now.
love to.
Next month, can you get us 2 tickets to give away to our audience?
Yes, certainly.
Oh,
most
great.
Okay, so
definitely.
on our
Thank you. That would be
November
great.
live show, we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to Tim's show.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yay.
that.
That's
I can't
cool.
wait to see you there.
It'll be fun.
And thank you again.